What's up, folks? Don't got anybody on here yet. We're literally 20 seconds into this live, but today I'm gonna do a little bit of a live stream here. It's been a really long time since I've done a live. I thought I would bring it back, just like some old times. The OG MPTennis folks know what's up there. Used to do some live streams all the time. Gonna do some rackets today. I'm just stringing some. I got a whiteout here and a blackout. Thought I would bring you guys along for the journey. You guys know I've reviewed both of these I've only reviewed this one in the extended version. This is the regular version, the 18 by 20, and then I've cut a little board thing here, but this is the blackout regular as well. I'm going to be reviewing that as well for you guys. So yeah, got some rackets here to string up. Normal tension, normal string is going in there today. And yeah, we'll get started, and you guys can come along for the ride. We'll see if we get anybody in here today. Hopefully we'll get many more folks than we used to get. I always used to have fun on these live videos, so I'll try and make sure the chat is all enabled and everything. Okay, we're good. Yeah, these are brand new rackets. Literally still has the plastic on this one. I've actually had this blackout sitting in my room for a while because I've just been so busy with everything, with school and, you know, fall season and other reviews and life. So it's nice to be able to string some rackets on a live and then eventually review them for you guys. So yeah. You guys know the vibes. We started out with the Salenko Confidential, of course, in the blackout. You can't, I don't think you can use another string because you gotta use the black Salenko Confidential with this racket. Bear with me, guys. Gotta get the string here. Perfect. Yep, 50 pounds, normal tension. See how this bad boy is. I think it will play like a pure arrow. The frame is similar, maybe more pure drive. We'll see though. Gonna string 2 rackets today. I've got this one, and I've also got the whiteout 1820. So we'll see how she goes. guys have questions, you can feel free to ask away. Literally just bringing you guys along, so. Now we got the folks coming in. What's going on, guys? Nice to see you. Hope y'all are doing great on this fine Saturday, wherever you are tuning in from. Do we have anything here? Oh, there we go. The Slinko Blackout 300 XTD is better than the Pure Aero Plus and Pure Aero Drive Plus. Interesting take. I've never played with any of them. That's why I say interesting take. I guess I could just say good take because I couldn't tell you what I think as well. Not that there's such thing as a bad take. This is just the regular though. I don't think I would personally like those power frames that are so like pure arrows, pure drives. This blackout, it's gonna be too much power for me anyway, and I can't imagine playing with a blackout or a pure arrow or a pure drive that's 27.5 inches, or like Slinko's got these rackets that are 28 inches now. Like that's crazy. Imagine playing with like a thick beam like that. How do you even play with that? I don't think you do. I think Slinko's great, but I just don't know where that marketing's going. I mean, they must have figured something out because maybe they do think people will buy them. But yeah, I would love to review one of those just to see like if it's gonna break my arm and how hard I can hit a serve. I think those rackets are gonna be able to create some big power, but some pretty bad maneuverability is gonna be the problem, I think. Guys, I haven't done a YouTube live in so long. Like the software is different when I'm doing it now. So like, I can't really see all the comments sometimes. What is this one? Why is it not showing? It's blurry. That's so weird. Can I try that? I see somebody made a comment, but I can't see it. It's not. I don't know what it's doing. I'll come back. Maybe it'll go away. It's blurry for some reason. I don't know why it's doing that. Anyway, yeah. So yeah, they're coming out with 28-inch rackets, which is interesting to say the least. Maybe we can see them now. Can I try? That's so bad. You can't hear my voice. Okay, that's what it says. I can bring the camera closer, maybe. Maybe that's better. Can you hear me better now? Let me know. Yo, Cade. Nice that you're live. Good content, bro. Thanks, buddy. Yeah, I'm trying. Yeah, people that are in here now, let me know if you can hear me. Normally I'm wearing a mic in all the videos, but to be honest, I don't know how to put the mic on when I'm doing a YouTube live. I'm not really doing them much anymore. The last time I did YouTube lives was before MPTennis was even like bigger or like, I don't know, better. I was just doing them just to do them. So yeah, I never had a mic or like cameras or anything, but now I have a mic, but I just don't know how to use it on a YouTube Live. I'm pretty sure it's simple, but right now I just have the camera going. But I'm just hoping I can read comments. That's what I want to do this for. I want to see. Man, I don't know why the comments are doing that, man. So bad. Show chat. The comments are so blurry. That's so weird. You can hear fine. Okay. When I click on the comment, I can read it. So strange. Okay, we'll figure it out eventually. I'm just gonna finish the mains and I'll answer some questions if I can see them. For some reason, it's giving me a hard time. I'm not sure why. Technology, guys. Technology. Terrible. The other thing I started doing, guys, and this is like, might sound super lame, is before when I was stringing, I would never I would never tighten my knots or tighten the last string on the main, and now I'm doing that. And I think it's gonna make a difference. That's like such a beginner tip, is to tighten the last string, but I'm starting to do that now. Give me a sec, guys. I'll look at the comments here shortly. I just need to do the knots. We'll get there. Also, first time stringing this racket, so I'm just trying to make sure I got all the holes and everything. I'm doing the knots right. Man. This hole is not working. There we are. I'm coming, guys. Hang on. I'm sorry. All right, putting these in the garbage. I'm here. I'm reading the comments. Don't worry, I'm here. All right. What do you think of Headlinks Tour 1.25? Used to use Headlinks Tour back in the day. By back in the day, I mean like, I don't know, like 3 years ago when I got my Extreme Taurus. I'd show you, but I don't have them on me anymore. It's all right. I just thought it died out a little quick. Just a middle of the line poly. You can put it in a full bed, or you can put it in a hybrid. What do we got? What do we got? Tried the new Pro Staff. I did actually. I played the Pro Staff X. I also played the new Pro Staff, and it was in my Racket journey vid, like the Racket bracket. But I actually didn't. I did hit with it. I just didn't do a separate review on it. If you guys want that, I could probably find the footage and make a review on it if you would like. Is that because base? Sorry, I'm just trying to read it. The white lettering is weird. Is that because the tension loss with making a knot? Yes, yes it is. So you can like put up to like, for example, I just had 60 pounds on the last main there, and yeah, it's just to avoid tension loss. Also, the other thing, rookie mistake. I learned when I was stringing like a while ago, but like I learned on a drop weight, and I just was watching learning YouTube videos. So I'm not like an amazing stringer. The other thing that you want to make sure you're doing is, I don't know if you guys just saw, but use this to pull your knot. You don't want to use you know, your crank or your drop weight or the electric thing, because it can break or hurt, snap, do anything poor to your racket. So you don't want to do that. What do you think about K Pro compared to Alu Power? Whoa, that's a hard comparison, just because Alu Power is like been around forever, first of all, and also in a full bed. I've never used Alu Power in a hybrid. K Pro is a blend of 2 different poly strings, so that's a tough comparison. K Pro, I think, could have more to offer to some players just because it's a hybrid. You have the caviar and wasabi mixed together versus just Alu Power, maybe a full bed. I don't know what maybe you're talking about, if you're referring to Alu Power with a multi or natural gut or something. What's this one say? Come back, come back. In what view do you like your new Radical Pro more than the MP? Because in separate reviews, you seem to like the MP as well. Yeah, I've been getting some questions about that also on some other videos about Radical, and I even had some people DM me as well. When I reviewed the Radical Pro and the MP separately, that was last year. They were pretty much stock. I tinkered a tiny bit with my own customization, meaning I put lead on it myself. I'm not I just know how to do some basic customization. So I didn't really know, I wouldn't say I didn't know what I was doing. Of course I knew what I was doing, but like, I'm not a racket technician. Like, I don't know every in and out of every single racket, where to put weight and all that stuff. I know the basics, and I can definitely help a lot of you guys out, but that's why I ended up doing the collaboration with Tencom. He helped me out. And brackets play much different when you have your own customization. You know, swing weight, balance, all that good stuff, twist weight, and all that stuff. So yeah, it played completely different. So I'll answer a couple more here, and then I'm gonna get to back to the mains here. Earth Acrosses. Have you tried Tecnifiber Razor Soft? I have not. I mean, I would love to if I got the chance, but I just have not. I have a lot on the plate right now, and I have a lot of other reviews that are going to be coming. Is there any suggestions to get faster at stringing on the crosses? Practice your practice. You can time yourself. Sometimes I time myself. I'm not going to be going very fast today. I mean, I've only done the mains on one racket, and here I am talking to you guys. I think the fastest I've maybe done a racket is around 23 or 24 minutes. I'm not that fast. But yeah, just practice your weaving. There's, you know, some people can weave faster than others. Some people kind of do it like the worm way. Some people are kind of doing it more like a sewing way. It just kind of depends what you like, how fast you can go, I guess. But I'm no like super stringing expert though. Man, guys, these comments are all blurry. I don't get that. What do you think about Bablock Pure Dive? Great frame for intermediate, beginner, and advanced players. It just needs to suit your game. Be aware of elbow issues. Yeah. You can, it's not a frame that I would maybe customize. It's not the greatest platform racket. If you want to get away from it, I get that. Power frames. I understand you might want to leave it if I know that's not what you asked, but really good frame for players that are juniors and stuff, or adults that want some free power, and just a good solid quality racket for that level. I'll come back to the questions, guys. I can't look at them forever, you know what I mean? Yeah, as you can see, I'm no expert stringer. I can't even get the string in the crosses right now. This is a new frame, so the grommets are a little stiff, and that's the worst thing. There we go. Alrighty, crosses, here we come, guys. Sorry, I just had to focus there, guys. This is the first time I've ever done this racket, so just gotta make sure I'm not screwing it up or anything, because that's not a good thing. And here we are again with the string all messed up here, getting all coiled. All right, here we go. Got anything here now? Man, YouTube's glitching out so hard for me today, guys. I'm so sorry. The comments, when I go to look at them, they're all glitched out. So that's YouTube's fault. It ain't my fault. Pretty disappointing because I have to click on every single comment, and that's not convenient at all. I want to be able to scroll through the comments. Maybe I can get my other phone here and look at the other comments from my phone. We got amateur hour here on MPTennis, guys, right now. It's been that long since I've done a live video. I think that's what I'll do. I'll pull up the comments from my other phone. I have my other phone right here somewhere. Now it's gone. Great. here it is. Okay. I'll pull it up here for you guys so I can reply to your comments because that's the whole point of doing this. Oh, here we are, guys. We've got it. We've got it. Oh, let's go. All right. People are saying, love the fact that you're live and answering questions. Yeah, I'm not having much success right now. I can't even read them on the camera. What's your opinion on Clash Pro version? Can it only be used by rec players? I would say yes and no. It depends what your definition of rec is. I think the Clash is most beneficial for players that are in the beginner and intermediate area, you could say, because I do know there's a girl on the SNU team that plays very well, and she uses a Clash. But I think at a high level, I think the Clash is way too soft and too powerful as well for a lot of players. But it definitely depends what you're looking for. If you're a club player and you get some arm issues, I would definitely hit the Clash up. Any chance of you wanting to try Slinko Whiteout regular length? My friend did his right here. It's coming next up. I need to string it after this one. So we're in here for a little bit. You guys have plenty of time to chat with me. So I have 2 Slinko rackets that need to be strung up for reviews, and that's one of them. How's the Lynx Tour 1.25 compared to Confidential? Because I really want to play with one of them, and you made me think about the Confidential. I think the Confidential overall is just more predictable. I thought when I played with the Lynx, it died out quick, and the Confidential just overall is better, in my opinion, of course. I think Slinko makes better strings than Head does. I think Head Hawk's not bad, but that's pretty stiff. And I think that also plays different than Head Lynx. But yeah, I think the champagne color though that Head Lynx does have is pretty nice. But Slinko Confidential is just so good. So predictable. I'm somebody that kind of likes that stiff, kind of dead controlled feel, kind of just whack it. That's why I like Slinko Confidential. But I just feel like the tension dropped off a bit with Lynx Tour when I was using it in my Extreme Tour back in the day. But it's definitely a good string. I even had to use it a bit here in the summer when I first got back to school because I ran out of my Confidential and I had sets of Lynx Tour just sitting here in my locker here. So I ended up putting it played good. It just, I don't know, I just didn't like it as much, but some people like it more. Man, these 100 square inch rackets are a joke to string on the crosses compared to some. Sorry guys, I'm just looking at the other phone because, like I said, I can't see the comments on the other camera. Just frustrating. So, if you do ask a question, I can see it on my other screen here. I have been very busy though. We're trying to get back on track here with uploading regularly. Maybe that's reviews, maybe that's not reviews. I actually just recorded a video prior to this live that will be out hopefully in a few days for you guys about practice matches and stuff. So hopefully you guys will like that, and we'll see that in a few days. Our fall season came to an end last week. We're playing a double season this year, so it means that we're playing conference matches in the fall and also in the spring, with our championship season being in the spring, meaning that that's when we play playoffs and stuff. Thoughts on hybrid string setup? Do you generally put the softer, multi, or gut in the mains and rougher? Whenever I'm doing a hybrid, I put the softer string on the cross. I feel like I would break strings way too quickly if I was putting them on the main. I just think the way I play, I hit, I would say, harder and sometimes with a lot of spin. That's just not a great setup for me. I mean, if you look at like what I'm using here as well, I use a full bed of Slinko Confidential 16 gauge. So putting a soft string on the cross is quite a bit of a difference. Not saying it's a bad setup, it's just not maybe for me. I would put my soft string on the main, or sorry, on the crosses if I'm ever gonna do a hybrid. Would you be willing to make a video relating to warm-ups, nutrition, and conditioning? If you do check our channel, you will be able to see a couple of videos, or maybe around 3-4 of some tennis conditioning videos I have done that did really well actually. I did a video that actually didn't do well at all about cramps, in which I talk about nutrition in that video. That video, I thought that was one of the better videos I've ever done. That was last year, and that video didn't do great. It didn't get many views, but I thought it was great. It had a lot of good info regarding nutrition and stuff like that. So if you're interested, check those out. And warm-ups, I've also done some videos on warm-ups as well. Nothing that's like directly physical warm-up. I don't think we've done one of those, but I've definitely done like 10-minute warm-up videos. I think like that, or we did like a 12-minute warm-up one. But yeah, I can maybe look at doing some more of those. I don't mind doing those at all. I know they help a lot of people, so. I see some stuff is coming in there, guys. Hold on. Any chance you would collab with My Tennis HQ or Gladiator Tennis? Oh man, I would love to meet Carew and be on his channel. That guy's a legend. A lot of respect for him and his kind of journey as a tennis player. I mean, I guess you guys could say there was a very, very mini collaboration that was with us, because I played with the Tour Line string there, did a review on it that just came out there a few days back, and they I mean, it's his string, he reposted it, Tour Line reposted it. That's not really a collaboration though, that's just more like talking about him and his setup. But Gladiator Tennis is cool as well. He lives in Europe though, so that's really difficult. I'm open to anything though, guys. You guys know that. I like it all. The live is pretty impressive. Thank you. I'm just in the locker room. Nothing too too special in here right now, just stringing away. I probably could have cleaned it better too. I mean, there's some stuff over here that shouldn't be over here, but I don't even know if you guys can see that. We got like shoe boxes and like there's clean dishes in here. I don't know what's going on in here, guys. They're all the things you will find in the tennis locker room is being found right now. Have you thought about playing ITF tournaments in the future? Of course, absolutely. That's every tennis player that's playing college tennis. I think that crosses their mind, or a tennis player that would maybe be around my level. That's definitely on their mind. The thing that's tough for me is it's hard for me to get in them because I didn't play ITFs when I was a junior, and I don't have any points. So it's really tough. You really got to risk a lot to get into them. I could probably easily get into one in like Turkey or South America or something like that because of my national ranking in Canada. But you got to pay a lot, and you got to be willing to give up a lot. And I'm no billionaire here. So if you guys know any billionaires that want to sponsor the MPTennis journey, hit me up. Because tennis is expensive, if you guys know. You got to pay for flights, you got to pay for hotel, you got to pay for food. I mean, when you're on the road like that and you're on your own, you got to pay for string. But yeah, this is kind of what the channel is made for. You do make some money from YouTube, so hopefully I can take you guys on a journey soon with me to a tournament that is not college tennis. I think that would be really cool for me, but also to show you guys what it looks like firsthand, because playing tennis once you're on your own on ITF, ATP, Challenger, that's really hard. I feel like a lot of people don't know really how hard it is. I don't know how hard it is because I haven't done it, but I can see how it's extremely difficult from friends that have done it, seeing people do it. It's very difficult. You're traveling the world. You have limited resources if you're maybe struggling a bit there. I mean, Felix from Tennis Brothers is a prime example. He just got his ATP point, and he's gonna destroy most of, I know people are heckling him in the comments sometimes, and they have no right to do that in my opinion, because that guy is a good tennis player. And like, people that are saying those things in those comments wouldn't be able to beat him probably. So tennis is hard. But yeah, I would love to bring you guys on a tournament sometime. And yes, playing ITFs is definitely something I would like to do, and maybe the UTR events as well. I think UTR events might be easier for me to get to, just because sometimes they're taking people that are below the 12 UTR line. Yeah, we'll see. MPTennis is gonna go on for a while, so don't be afraid. Lots of stuff to come, and it's fun too. I like doing it. But yeah, back to how expensive all that stuff is. It's crazy. I mean, at the end of the day, if you're not getting money from somewhere, don't have a big sponsor, or you're not working and making enough money, or you're a student, like, it's very, very difficult to go away and play. Like, if you look at me, it's tough for me to just hop on a plane and fly over to Greece. Like, sometimes those tickets are a couple $1,000s right away. Like, that's a lot of money. You gotta pay for the hotel, and then, you lose in the first round of qualifying, and then you pay to come home. And that's not having, probably great food, because good food and healthy food cost a lot. That's not having a coach on the road. That's not having your fitness or physio on the road. It costs a lot of money, and Felix actually did a great video showcasing how much money it costed him to get his first ATP point. So tennis is expensive, guys. Expensive stuff. we're getting now down to the end here. Time's flying by a bit. I'm not stringing necessarily fast, but when I'm talking to you guys, the racket seems to go by a little faster. Ooh, I see a good question there, something related about college and university. I'll read that here. How did you get into your university and how is it inside the team? Are most of the players playing for 3-4 years or are some players playing for 1 year? That's a great question. First part of the question, you said, how did you get into your university? Getting recruited is a big part of the college tennis. Sometimes you got to reach out to the coach. Sometimes they're reaching out to you. It really depends. I ended up here. It was a great decision. I've had fun. It depends. When you come on the team, like I showed up and I came in with 3 freshmen, and I was one of them. So there was 2 other guys that were freshmen, and then the other guys in the team were sophomore, junior, seniors, or grad students. So you come into the team and they got guys that are already been here for a few years. It depends on how the team does. If people like the team, they get along with each other, they like the coach, the school, there's a lot of things that go into it. I would say it is normal for people to want to leave. One of the freshmen that I came in with, he was from Czech Republic, and he ended up leaving. He transferred to a school in Florida. But then the 2 other, there was 4 freshmen that came in that year, my bad. The 2 other freshmen that were in, excluding myself, are still here with me. One's from Norway and one's also American. So I would say it really depends. I would say it's normal to transfer, but it's also very normal not to transfer and stay 4 years somewhere. What's common is people will not like the area, they won't like the school, they don't like the coach, they don't like the team, so then they leave. Or they outgrow the program, they start destroying people, and they want to go to a top 10 D1, or they want to go to a top 5 D2, or if they're playing D3, they want to go D2. It really depends. There's a lot of different factors there. Do you follow Simon at all? He's also blogging of sorts, his journey to being a tennis pro. I like Felix, but I really enjoy Simon's page. I know my dad really follows Simon maybe a little bit more than I do. I actually don't have that much time to be grinding tennis YouTube, watching it a lot, just because I'm making my own stuff. I'm a student, I'm practicing, I'm doing all that student athlete stuff, so I don't have tons of time to be looking at other YouTube channels. Of course, I do see stuff about certain people, and I do know who Simon is. He does a great job. But I wouldn't say I'm watching any particular YouTube channel a lot, except for Karu. I really feel like his content is heads and shoulders above everybody, and he does a great job, has a great perspective, and I really enjoy watching him. But other than that, guys, when I'm watching YouTube, sometimes it's not tennis, because my life is so around tennis. If I'm not watching the My Tennis HQ video, and I'm at the gym and I'm practicing and I'm in class and I'm watching the US Open, or you know what I mean, I'm getting a video ready for you guys. So I wouldn't say actually, I just don't have that much time to watch tennis YouTube, other than a couple of YouTubers here and there. There we go. Once again, I did 60 pounds for the last cross there. I was saying earlier that it's important to tighten up the last cross with the last mains before you tie off to avoid tension loss. I just want to make sure I'm getting all the comments there, guys. I know you guys are asking, so I'm just looking here. If you guys have anything else, feel free to ask. I still have another racket to do. So, yes, Dad, 60 pounds when you're doing the last tie off. Or not the tie off, the last cross or last main. That's something that Bart taught me the other day. For people that are wondering who Chris Nadeau is, that's my dad. Just for the last string is what you're doing it for. So like this last string on the main, or sorry, on the cross, I keep saying main. This last one, you're not gonna be hitting the ball there, guys. So it's not really making that big of a difference. It's just saving the tension. Yeah, I know. Bart is a friend that was visiting one of my my doubles partner the other day. He's knows a lot about tennis, so we were talking about string and rackets and all that good stuff. Do you record your gameplay such as practicing games to analyze it to find improvement? Can it be singles and doubles as well? That's so funny. So I don't know if you were on, like, I don't know, 10 minutes ago, 5-10 minutes ago when I was talking about this, but we literally just recorded the video about that. So stay on the lookout for that. Literally, we just recorded a video, or I just recorded a video on that. Yes, I do record myself all the time. Oh crap, made a mistake. I record myself all the time. Sometimes I use it for videos, sometimes I don't. Of course, the video that I'm taking when I'm reviewing stuff, I don't really use that much for like critiquing anything that I'm doing. I will video when I'm using my own string, my own tension, all those things, just for me. I do it all the time. I send it back and forth to my dad. We look at it together in singles and doubles, like you said, so. Okay guys, just like that, we got the blackout all done. It is done at 50 pounds, and I'll be playing with it soon to review for you guys. So, done. Here it is. Still has the packaging and everything on there, like the little grip stuff. And now we have another one. The very famous racket that is used by the one and only Tencom. I don't know if Beckett's still using this actually. I would assume so. I know we made a video a few weeks back about using the Pure Strike, or the Pure Strike VS or something like that. I didn't really watch it, but it seemed like he liked that one. But yeah, I'm gonna string the 1821 up here now. And yeah, you guys have saw me review the regular 1619 one and also the 1820 extended. So this one's just the regular one. Nothing, I'm not redoing a review or anything like that. But I'm really interested to see how this one's gonna play actually, because I like the 18x21. It made it very, very far in my racket journey video. I'm gonna eat an apple here while I talk to you guys. I'm hungry. Have your fingernails ever started to lift up from stringing? Any tips to prevent that? That's a great question. No, mine have never done that. I find it hard when I'm weaving and I push the string ahead and I pull it. On the top of my nail sometimes gets a little irritated, but my nails never lift up. I mean, I'm no doctor or like a dermatologist or anything, but maybe just make sure you're, you know, after you string, I don't know, put some cream on your hand or something, or make sure they're not getting dried out. Like my fingers get so dry after I'm stringing. Yeah, I really don't know. Maybe look around on YouTube, do a little quick Google search, see what people are saying, but I'm not entirely sure actually. Yeah, that's never happened to me. I'm sorry, that would be painful. Also gonna string with Slinko Confidential again, of course. The only time I'm not using it in a racket is if, you know, I want to try something new in a racket I feel like I could demo string. So in these rackets, I do feel like I could kind of demo string, where I just did a review. Which one did I do? Some rackets I will put Confidential in though as well, because I feel like if I put a new string in, I won't be able to feel the racket well. Like for example, I could put Torbite in here, I could probably put some Torline stuff in here and still feel the racket really well. But I also really want to put Confidential in here as well, because I really liked the other 18x20, and I want to really get a good feel with my string. And also because I got a ton of Confidential right now as well, so. By that, I'm just gonna use some of it. I see your question on there. Just give me a few seconds here. Okay, have you had to deal with injuries throughout your career? Another good question. Absolutely. Every tennis player that plays college is most of the time dealing with some minor issues, or have dealt with some major issues in the past, or if they have not, it's coming. Because tennis is a sport, if you're playing on a high level, or maybe not even a high level, but you're playing a lot, it's crazy. It's a crazy sport. It's really hard. I mean, you're not getting punched in the face or anything like MMA, UFC, boxing, that stuff, but it's definitely demanding on the lower body. I'll elaborate here in just a sec. I gotta measure my string. But yes, very demanding on the body. When I was a junior, I actually think I got hurt more than I have so far at college, and I'll elaborate on that. I felt like I was getting hurt in juniors a lot because I was growing fast, and I feel like when you're growing and you're playing a lot and training and doing all these things, sometimes the body isn't catching up in a way, if you know what I mean. So I managed a ton. I had to deal with a lot of things when I was a junior, especially from U12 all the way really until U18. I had a ton of foot problems, anywhere from turf toe to tendinitis to ankle sprains a lot, plantar fasciitis. I had a lot of foot problems, and there was times when I was younger I had to just take months off at a time because it was just so painful. What other things? Of course, you get the common, toe jamming, and your feet just are sore. I always had that, and I still always have that. But like, I really did have a lot of foot injuries. What else did I have? My feet were always a pain to work with. And since they've been a lot better, I think it's just because I've, I don't know, grown up. Yeah, turf toe, that one killed me. And it actually has had it has had an impact on my feet now. I've had it on both toes. If you guys don't know what turf toe is essentially when like the fibers, the muscles, tendon, I forget, it's been a while since I had it. They tear. So I basically tore on the top of my big toe and big toe area. There was some tears there, and it's very painful. A lot of football players get it, and if you keep playing on it, of course it's going to get worse and worse. And I remember there was one day and I was playing a U12 tournament, and I got out of bed and I couldn't put my foot down. It hurt so bad. And I don't think I've ever experienced pain like that in a long time. And I don't know what I was thinking. I didn't know any better, but I played that day, and that was a bad idea. I think I was on a ton of Advil, a ton of Voltaren, a tape jobs. It didn't do anything. The pain was so bad. So anyway, I had it on both toes. Did a lot of PT for many years. Years we're talking about here. And it created what's called hallux limitus. Now I'm going on a big doctor thing now, which essentially when your range of motion in your toes is limited. So I actually have that now. So I always have to be on the lookout for my toes and my feet because of some past injuries there. So I do a lot of mobility work with my ankles, knees, and hips. And I work out generally to make sure, injuries don't occur. But yeah, that's the spiel. In my college career, I've had ankle sprains quite a bit. I get jumper's knee from time to time, if you guys know what that is. Sometimes I get to take a little bit of a break just because my shoulder or elbow is just hurting. Overuse kind of deal. But yeah, sorry, I went on a little bit of a medical injury rant there. Okie doke. What racket do you recommend for power and spin? Couple of questions for you. First of all, depends what level you are. If you're, a beginner, then I would definitely suggest something that's 100 square inches and above. If you're an intermediate, I'm suggesting something that's 100 square inches. And if you're an advanced player, I'm suggesting something that's in the 98 to 100 square inch area. A good rule of thumb for power and spin, Babolat Pure Arrows are wonderful. They do wonders for people that want power and spin. I don't think they ever let you down. Head Extreme MP line is great as well. The V-Core line is great. Just make sure if you're doing a V-Core that you stay away from the precept. That's more of a controlled V-Core. You want to get a V-Core 100 or 98 if you are, depending on your level. And also, let me thinking of other rackets here for you guys. Wilson doesn't, in my opinion, doesn't really have like a super spin friendly racket. You could try the Wilson Shift, but I didn't think it was super spin friendly when I had it. I mean, I could generate spin, but that's also because I've been playing tennis since I was 7 years old. But yeah, what else? I mean, Dunlop has their SX line, which apparently is okay. You could try the Slinko Brock out, actually. I'm going to be doing a review on that. I'll let you know in a week or so if this review is out by then, but this would be a good one to try. But yeah, I mean, usually rackets that have thick beams and also have 100 square inches and are 16-19 are generally spin and power frames, generally. because I say that because there's rackets that are like the head gravity, which I would definitely not recommend for power and spin, because that, you know, they have their MP, and that's, I think, 16, 1900 square inches, but the beam is much thinner and the shape of the racket is different as well. So yeah, just most rackets that I just mentioned there would do just fine, I think. I need to go back to my apple, guys. We had a few bites of that sucker. See if we got any more questions. Nothing right now. I'm taking a little break if you want to ask me anything. Oh my God. I'm seeing some comments that I missed here. Very funny, Oats and Goats. I'm not going to repeat that one. Beyond your tennis career, do you want to do something also related to tennis? That's a loaded question. Wow. Yeah. I mean, I'm a sport management major. That's what I study here at school. I will always be involved in tennis until I'm dead. I don't know if you heard me. Until I'm dead, I will be involved in tennis in one way or another. It's kind of all I know in a way. I love it. It's fun. I'll play it for as long as I can, go as far as I can, and then, yeah, I mean, I coach in the summers now. I love getting people involved. I think it's a great life sport. I mean, I'd be happy to help younger juniors or people that want to play NCAA in some shape or form. If I'm not involved in tennis, I'll definitely be involved in sports. I don't think a lot of you guys know because our channel was kind of younger when I talked about it a lot, but I also played a ton of hockey when I was younger. Was very involved in the hockey world. Still really love hockey. I don't play much anymore because I can't, because I'm doing this with you guys and playing college tennis and going to school. But I would be happy to be back in the hockey world again. My sister also plays a lot of volleyball. I suck at it, but I think it's cool. Like, I just like sports. Yeah, but yeah, tennis, I'd love to be involved. I think there's a lot of opportunities there with, you know, UTR, ITF, ATP, WTA, NCAA, NAIA, Tennis Canada, USTA, the list goes on and on. There's definitely opportunities there that I would love to take advantage of if I, you know, get that opportunity, if you know what I mean. So yeah, I guess to answer your question, let me look at it again. Yeah, I'd love to do something related. I'd love to maybe open a business of some sort. I don't know. There's a lot. That was a loaded question. I mean, I don't have like a exact answer for that right now, just because I'm super focused on MPTennis with you guys. I'm studying and I'm grinding on the court. But I guess really, I mean, I'm gonna do MPTennis forever, as long as I can, or until I can't for whatever reason. But yeah, you guys are stuck with me for a little bit longer on this channel. I mean, of course, if you want to unsubscribe, which I hope you don't, but But yeah, that's kind of the answer for that one. But yeah, guys, I love sports. Love them. I'm also, I don't follow it a lot, but I'm also very into like running. I like running, biking, those, you know, I would say, sounds bad, but more simple activities that don't require equipment. I do them, of course, to cross train, but like, I enjoy doing them. maybe when I'm done with tennis, I would do a lot of, I kind of like that sort of grind, run some marathons, do some triathlons or something like that. I think that stuff's so cool. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, we got one more, guys. This is an 18 by 20, so I gotta make sure I'm doing my job here. Once again, put the tension up a bit here because it's the last tie-offs. Perfect. I think this racket will play well. The only thing I'm afraid about, and the same issue I had with the 16 by 19 regular, is the grip looks small. I don't like that. Just trying to make this grommet a little bigger. There we are. The same on this side. Here we go. Does testing rackets impact your performance or consistency? Absolutely. There was a time last year where I was demoing quite a bit. I was going from some pure arrows. I went through the head lineup pretty quickly. And if you are trying to compete on a level, you don't want to be testing rackets too close to when you're playing. I wasn't doing that. But I started, my arm started to feel a little not so great, like not tennis elbow, but I had a little bit of elbow issues for maybe a month, even when I was playing with my extreme tours, which at that time was my racket of choice. It can definitely do something to your arm, which I guess could impact your performance eventually. So yeah, just be careful of that. Unless you're gonna switch to a racket, like don't just play around with rackets. It could hurt you in a way. It can. I know Tennis Nerd talks about that all the time. If you're not reviewing them for YouTube, then don't review as much as we do. Even though it's fun, it can hurt your body, I guess. I'm not demoing near as much as he is. He's really all about rackets, where I kind of do a little bit more of everything, and I also am talking to you guys about my college career and doing shoes and stuff and whatever else. So there's more, and I don't, he does it more full time than I do, like reviewing racket and stuff. Like I'm a student, so he would be doing way more rackets than I even would be doing. So he would be maybe having more issues than I was ever having. All right, mains are done, guys. Back to the apple. Nice to hear you played hockey in the past and like it. I play hockey myself in the Netherlands and enjoy the combination of hockey and playing tennis in my spare time. Awesome. Where do you live in the Netherlands? Do you live close to Amsterdam? Because my doubles partner, Jesse, he lives in Amsterdam. And I don't know if you were on, but I was talking about a guy that was telling me about some string stuff earlier, Bart. He also is from the Netherlands. He's from with Jesse, who's my doubles partner. I think I'm gonna come visit you guys there this summer in Amsterdam, Netherlands, their area. I'm making shouldn't say I'm planning to make a trip to Europe to visit around and maybe play some tournaments as well. But yeah, that's cool. I didn't know I know in the Netherlands hockey isn't that big, but it's cool to say that you like to do it because I obviously had a great time when I was a kid playing. I think that's actually why I was able to make it as far as I have, I guess you can say, because I didn't have a ton of tennis growing up at all. I had to figure a lot out by myself, and people that know hockey well know that that's also quite a grind. You got to be physical. You got to get your hands dirty. So that kind of helped me dig deep in tennis, and I would say that's probably a kind of a quality, I guess, that made me or helped me get to where I am now. But yeah, love hockey. I don't know if you follow much NHL stuff, but I love the Montreal Canadiens. I know some people on here might not like the Montreal Canadiens and like another team, which I'm not a fan of. I'm just looking for the tie-off, guys, on this racket, that's all. I'm not just staring into space or anything, if you're wondering what I'm doing. Seems about right. I love how on head rackets, or I think Wilson as well, they have like the dots, or Yonex I think might do it as well, where to tie off and stuff. That's really helpful when you're not used to stringing certain rackets. Like this is my first time stringing this 18 by 20 regular one, and I haven't strung the extended one in a long time. So I kind of forget what I'm doing here a bit. Where did my plug go? Now. Yeah, near Amsterdam. It would be nice to see you play some tournaments here. Man, absolutely. Maybe we can meet up sometime. What do you think of Radical Pro currently considering it? Okay. I mean, I love my Radical Pro, but it's also extremely customized. It's almost like $350. Like it's heavy. It's almost $350. So I think the stock Radical's a good little control frame. Does everything well, doesn't do anything bad. That's kind of the Radical line. It does everything well. Nothing spectacular. You need to be probably a pretty good player, have some good technique to use it and use it well. But I think if you like it, you should go for it, or of course demo it before. That's very helpful. Yeah, I mean not field hockey. I mean regular. Sorry, that sounds horrible because I'm Canadian. Hockey, ice hockey. We call it just hockey, but we also have field hockey as well. I know field hockey's huge in the Netherlands. But yeah, I've only played field hockey like one time, just for fun. Quite an interesting sport though. It's tough, it's different, especially playing hockey for like all my childhood. Playing field hockey a couple times I did in high school with our gym class was quite a different experience. But yes, I'm talking about ice hockey. somebody was in here talking to me about their nails. My nails are starting to feel all not great now. They're not leaving just the top of them. It's starting to get a little dry. Just because it's the second racket here. Well, I think I have enough string. I think I might have took too much. There's another thing I started doing. Normally I was always just measuring the length of the racket, so like 18, 20. Now I'm also learned another mini tip. I mean, I knew of it before, I just never did it, was to go like this and measure like 4 to 5 wingspan lengths like this. That's also not a bad idea. But I think I took too much, which is better than taking not enough. Here we nearly only play field hockey, but I'd love to try out ice hockey. It's such an interesting sport and much more difficult than it may seem. Oh, you were talking about field hockey the whole time. Oh, darn, yeah. I don't know much about field hockey. Yeah, I'm an ice hockey guy. Sorry. Because you guys, since it's very popular in the Netherlands, you guys would also probably refer to field hockey as just hockey. Like, even in the US here, I think it's hilarious actually, but it's also because I'm Canadian. Americans are considering what my hockey is ice hockey. They call it ice hockey, and I'm thinking, well, of course it's on ice. Why do you need to add the ice part? Hockey is hockey, but you could be referring to field hockey, but for hockey, for me, is hockey on ice, yes. But field hockey is quite tough. And very awkward as well. It's a very different sport. And it's only played with mostly girls, which is interesting as well. Because, I mean, I feel like guys could play it as well. We just did it a couple days in high school for fun. I remember somebody asked me, how long is it taking you to go fast for a racket? I'm not quite making those times today. Taking my grandiose time. I don't really have anything to do today other than hang out with you guys here and yeah, string some rackets. Oh dang, here in Vancouver, men's field hockey is pretty big. That's awesome. I do know it does have a presence in Canada, absolutely. Just more, I feel like more girls play it or more females play it. Because I remember the guy that was teaching me how to play, I mean, he said I was not bad at it because I mean, regular hockey doesn't really translate as much as maybe people would think. But there's some little skills that would, I guess. But he said you should keep doing it. There's like a league that happens in my hometown. He wanted me to play in it. I didn't because I didn't have the time. But like, he said that there's like a men's national team as well. It's just not like super popular, but it does have a presence in Canada, absolutely. Just more, maybe more popular among females is at least what I've seen and heard. like here at my school, we have a female field hockey team, but we like don't have a guys. I don't even know if it's an NCAA guys sport actually. But nice to hear a Canadian is in the chat. Hello from United States to my fellow Canadian. Back to the apple, guys. Gotta keep eating, you know. Man, I only ate breakfast today. But it was a late breakfast because I worked a night shift last night. I'm a resident assistant, so I was working until like 2, 3 in the morning last night. So I had a late breakfast, but I'm hungry now. It's like almost 4 o'clock now. Enjoying my apple here. Greetings from Aruba. Nice to see you. Let's go. Dear Cade, do you think having a girlfriend or could have a negative impact on your tennis? Oh, that's so funny. It can, absolutely. Seeing somebody and playing on a high level in D1, D2, D3, NAIA, college sport, if you're taking it serious, of course, can have an impact. Sometimes it's for the better, sometimes it's for the worst. I think if you do it well and you handle it and you really like the person, then I think that it can be beneficial. Tennis is a sport that's like, even when you're on a team out there, it can be kind of lonely. So it's nice to maybe have somebody to go back to and talk to about, I don't know, if you're struggling with something or whatever, but I also think it can have a negative impact as well, since tennis does also require a lot of energy and mental time. You know, it's not like American football or soccer, football in Europe, or hockey or field hockey or baseball or these team sports that it's, you know, yeah, coach just subbed me off, not feeling great today. You can't do that, especially if you're in the lineup for tennis. You're out there for at least maybe an hour and a half to 2 hours if you're playing doubles and singles, multiple times in a week if you're traveling with your team for a season. So it can be, if they're distracting you, then it can become an issue. But I think if you manage it well, it's great. It's great to have somebody in your life like that. But you just need to find the balance, I think, that's all. Some people do it amazing, some people struggle with it, but it's all good. Everybody's human, so. But yeah, interesting question. How is the connection with your family? Like, do you see them often, and are they able to come see your matches also live? Yes. I talk with my parents all the time. I talk with my parents regularly. My freshman year, I talked with my parents and family more, just because it was different being away from home. I still talk to them quite often. I mean, me and my dad kind of do, I don't know if you guys know that, but we do MPTennis together. So like, before I came to do this live, I was talking to him about what am I going to do on the live. I also recorded a video earlier. We talked about what are we going to talk about in the video and how's the thumbnail going to look and all these little things. So I'm talking to him quite a bit. I also talk to my mom quite a bit. My sister maybe not as much. She's also very busy. She, like I said earlier, she plays a lot of volleyball, but of course I'm still talking to her. But I'm pretty tight with them, love them. They do come occasionally. And they like to come as much as they can to come watch my matches. And they really like doing it as well. My grandparents also occasionally come and join them. Most times actually when they're both coming. Or most times if they're planning to come, they will both come together and they'll travel together. last year actually we played in Philadelphia, which is quite a bit of a drive for us here in New Hampshire. I think that was an 8 or 9 hour bus ride. And they drove, my parents and grandparents drove from Canada. I don't even know how long it is, but it was too long. It was crazy. Unfortunately, we lost, and that was in the round of 32 of nationals. So unfortunately, they drove to Philadelphia, and we could not perform, and we lost. But yes, they do occasionally come watch my matches, so that's nice. Are you currently reviewing any requests? I don't know what you mean by that. Is that like a sponsorship thing? Is that like, I don't know what you're saying, sorry. Have you often experienced teammates who have been distracted by a girlfriend? Are you planning to play a tournament in Aruba? If so, I would love to see you. I'm trying to go back. What was your first thing? Yeah, I mean, I've seen guys in the past maybe be distracted, of course, yeah, but then also I've seen people that handle it well. Yeah, man, I would love to come to Aruba. What a place that would be. What a time that would be. I don't know if they have any futures there. It might be expensive for me to get there, though. But if they have ITFs there, if they had an event there, I'd definitely check it out. Maybe I'd be able to get there. Be fun to plan a little trip to Aruba. I would also love to visit Canada sometime. I saw some landscape views online of Banff National Park, a lovely area. What areas do you recommend visiting in Canada? Wow. Yeah, I do love my country a lot. I would even say that I love my country even more, and I'm not like a super patriotic person at all, but you know, being away from home, living in a different country, going back during holidays or special times for your family or your country. Yeah, I do. I miss home. But places to visit, we have a lot to offer actually. Canada is a country that really truly has all 4 seasons. Even Americans here, I tell you, they don't even know that Canada has summer. It's crazy. I don't know how they don't know that. But we do Celsius. So in the summer, it's like, sometimes it's like 40 degrees. Like we'll have a couple days, maybe a week where it's like 35, feels like 40. Like that's pretty hot. So us Canadians do deal with heat as well. But we also deal with some extreme cold, which many people do know that. But yeah, it's nice. You can visit any time of the year and you're gonna get like a interesting vibe because we have all 4 seasons. I think that if you come in the winter, it would be nice to see the snow in a city, might be cool. But Banff National Park, incredible. I've actually never been there, but I have friends that have been there. I'm about an hour away from a national park, Fundy National Park it's called. That's also beautiful. Our national parks are very good. I can say that. Very nice. Vancouver is like out west, just like out west in the US, is very expensive. But Canada also is interesting because we're a bilingual country, French and English. I'm from New Brunswick, which is the only bilingual province in Canada. New Brunswick is a maritime country, as we call it. So there's 3 maritime provinces, and they have like there's cities there, but like it's quite interesting because I don't even really see this in the U.S. We have like cities, and they have like buildings like a city would, but there might only be like 60,000 to 100,000 people, and it has a city vibe, which is quite interesting. In the US, you don't get that. It's more like towns and stuff. But I live in the Maritimes. The people are super nice, super friendly. I live on the ocean, so like that's also cool as well. But my favorite place in Canada, it's so big, guys. I like visiting Montreal more than Toronto. Montreal and Toronto have a little bit of a rivalry going on there about what's the better city, blah, blah, blah. I prefer Montreal, not just because I like the Montreal Canadiens, if you guys know who they are, but I do enjoy the city more. I feel like Toronto is more of like our New York of Canada. Vancouver's kind of like our LA. But then you have countries that are more out west, like Calgary and Edmonton, that are also cool. But I love where I'm from, actually. It's Atlantic Canada. Rackets. Are you currently reviewing any rackets? Oh, yeah. This one is, let me just clamp this here. I got the blackout here, regular 100/305, and then this is the 1820 regular whiteout. I've reviewed the extended one of this, but this is the regular. So these are the ones that are coming up next. Does Canada have a summer? Yes, it does. Just kind of went over that. If you're doing Fahrenheit, sometimes it's getting to like 95, 100 some days. It does get hot. And then some days it can be maybe like an 80 sort of day, 70 sort of day. In Celsius, anywhere from like 20 to 30, or even high 30s and 40s. I see some questions there, just a sec. Okay, West Coast surfing too, yeah, that's actually a good statement. I don't actually know if Vancouver has a lot of surfing. I mean, surfing isn't that big. I mean, maybe there's some Canadians on here that are gonna say otherwise, but like, I'm not really in that world, so it's hard for me to say. But I feel like surfing is definitely more of a West Coast thing in the United States, but I don't know if in Vancouver they're surfing it up. I don't know. Montreal over Toronto. Yes. In my opinion. Toronto's still a beautiful city, just maybe not quite for me. So Canada doesn't have a summer. Guys, come on. Canada has a summer, guys. It can get quite hot. I mean, yeah, I tan in the summer. I mean, I'm still kind of tanned. I mean, but of course, like I'm in New Hampshire, so yeah. Okay, think of like if you live in the United States and you think about the Northeast states, so like Massachusetts, you know, Connecticut, New York, New Hampshire, Vermont. If you come here in the summer, it's still going to be hot, right? So Canada on the East Coast is also going to be hot in the summer. It gets just as hot as those states do. So you know how New York during the US Open is like unbearable sometimes? It's very similar to that sometimes for a couple days, maybe a week during the summer. But in Celsius, we're getting like, normally days are like 25, 28, 26 in there. That's a normal summer day for us. A cold summer day is like 15 or 20. But then we get heat waves, and there's some days in the summer where it's like 40. That's like 100 degrees Fahrenheit. So yeah, we do have summers. I mean, they're not as like stifling as like Orlando or LA or whatever. Some summers are like that, or in Texas, Arizona, like that. Guys, come on now. Let's be kind in the comments now. Let's be kind. We're not gonna do that here. Maybe he just joined, maybe he didn't. It's okay. I'm happy to re-say anything. In fact, I've resaid a ton of stuff already. Just be kind. Just be kind. But this is great. I love how we start with tennis questions and Solinco rackets and strings, and then all of a sudden we end up to different countries talking about field hockey in the Netherlands and Canada, and if it has a summer, like, I don't care. You guys can ask me whatever the heck you want. My fingers are getting tired though of weaving. I can tell you that. This damn 18 by 20 string bed, guys. Come on. I'm used to stringing 16 by 19s in my Radical. Terrible. Guys, kindness wins, guys. Come on. Don't make me turn off the live now. Don't make me do it. We've already been going for 96 minutes. Guys, that's over an hour and a half. I'm happy to shut it off right now. I mean, I only got a couple more. I'm delaying because we're having great conversations, so just keep it together in the comments, you know? Get your shit together. No chirps. No more chirps. Nah, I'm just joking. You can get mad at each other in the comments. I really don't care. But don't say anything that's like super offensive or anything, please. One, two, three. I have 3 more crosses, guys. What do we got in here? Have you thought about investing, etc., to have some additional cash flow besides the college life? To be honest, I haven't really thought about that all that much. I mean, I do make a little bit of money from this. It's not much, so that's why when you guys support the channel with our affiliate links and use our codes and stuff in the description, that really helps us a lot. Or also if you're ever doing super thanks, or of course just watching and being present and existing and watching our videos is also helpful as well. I do work a job on campus. I said that earlier as a resident assistant. That's what I was talking about when I said I was working nights. Sometimes I'm up pretty late on the weekends because I just kind of manage my building, my campus dorm. So yeah. So yeah, like last night I was up to 3 in the morning because people don't know how to behave themselves, guys. So that's kind of my job. Of course, I'm on a college campus and stuff happens, and that's kind of my job, is to make sure everybody's in check a little bit. People aren't having too much fun. People aren't making too many stupid decisions. But yeah, I just kind of work the nights sometimes. That's just called being on duty. That's just one of the things I do for my job on campus. So yeah, it's called being a resident assistant, or RA. It's nice because it gives me free housing, which is cool. And it doesn't take that much effort. And I get paid a bit, so it's kind of cool. I've met a lot of people doing it as well. I have a lot of friends from my job that are not tennis players, which is something many tennis players can relate to. Us lonely tennis players, when we're going through juniors and stuff, it's tough to have a big social life. I used to have an Ultra Tour when I was younger. Don't ask me why. It was the worst racket decision ever. But to my point, the string bed was an 1820. That was a 97 square inch. And that thing was a BITCH to string. And this racket reminds me of it. I'm not enjoying stringing this racket, guys. Maybe I'll save that in the review. It's just annoying. But we're taking our time. We're hanging out with you guys, you know. No stress. Last one. I just don't like it because you're weaving so much. Or sorry, the weaving is tougher when you get near the end, and like my fingers are thick, so it's hard to weave. It just takes more time, that's all. Well, guys, I'm almost done here, so if you want to throw in some more questions here, I got to pull this last one through and do a knot, so throw in some stuff there because I'm going to be wrapping her up shortly. Anything good here? Do you usually break or cut out strings? Depends on the racket. Of course, when I'm playing a lot, I'll break strings. I do use a string that's quite thick though, so like Confidential 16 is a stiff poly. So it's not a string that breaks as easy. However, I do occasionally break it. Sometimes I just take it out though, because it'll die out. Like if I'm playing in season and stuff, and if like I'm using this racket for example, and I string it with Confidential, I'll have a fresh racket for every single match. And after the match, I mean, I'll use it in practice maybe for like 2 days or something, and then if we play a match 2 days later, I'll have a new racket with new string in it. I always want to start a racket fresh for a match. Always. Because new balls and stuff. But yeah, I'm never using old string. So yeah, I'll cut it out actually if I don't break it. Which is not normal, a lot of guys do that. If I was using like a natural gut or like a really soft hybrid setup, I would probably break way more. I just use a stiff setup. Like one of our guys on our team uses a hybrid. He breaks all the time. So if I used his setup and I liked it, I would also break all the time. Okay, guys, throw them in here. I'll give you like 2 minutes here to wrap it up. Had some fun conversation today. It was fun. I haven't done a live video in a really long time. And yeah, I was slower stringing rackets, but was able to bring you guys with me to string the whiteout. I don't know, it might be a little backwards for you guys. Whiteout, 1820 regular, and blackout regular. So, yep, should be interesting how these feel actually, because I haven't hit with any of these ones. What court surface are usually played in Canada and the USA? In the Netherlands, mostly outdoor clay, hardcore carpeted surface indoors. Yeah, that's what I've also heard from a lot of European friends. You guys got a lot of red clay over there, a little bit of hard court here and there, but also a lot of carpet. In Canada, we have a lot of hard court, a lot of indoor regular hard court, a lot of outdoor hard court. We have a lot of green clay, and I know Montreal and some other places, they do have some red clay as well. I'm surprised we don't have more, because it's not like our climate is much different than you guys over in Europe. In the US, they have a ton of green clay. They don't really have that much red clay. I haven't played on a red clay court in the US before. I'm just thinking. We don't really do carpet either. All our indoor courts are just regular straight up hard court. And yeah, what was the other thing I was gonna say? I did play on a grass court one time in Canada. It was pretty cool. It wasn't amazing, like the condition, but it was good enough to play. I know in Rhode Island they have some grass courts here in the US, and spread out in the United States they have grass courts, but mostly hard courts. I don't know what it's like in Europe, but like we have a lot of public parks and stuff, both in Canada and the United States. Well, we have I would say even more, a lot of Americans have like clubs. We have also a lot of public courts at home, and they're just there for the public to use, and they're free in their hard court, so yeah. But yeah, it looks like that's kind of it. We'll wrap it up here, guys, okay? It's been fun. We were going for, how long were we going? I don't know how long we were going, guys. Yeah, we were going for quite a long time. Almost 2 hours, so it was, it's been a slice, and we'll catch you guys in the next one. Be on the lookout for some videos that are coming. I know we got some people on here, a good solid 12, not a lot, not too less either, but be on the lookout for everything. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. Thanks for hanging out with me. Last question somebody had here, do you also feel the difference between slow hard courts and fast hard courts? Absolutely. Since I'm playing a lot on hard courts, I have a good feel for all of them. So, yep, that's gonna be it, guys. We'll catch you on the next videos. Thank you for watching. Oh, somebody made one more comment. I'll be nice and look at it, but then I'm out. I'm going to get some food. Thank you, Kate, for today and answering. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Bye, guys. We'll catch you later. Thanks for stopping by.